Have you ever thought of a raiding party of Sohagin, or stared down the vertical eyes of an obelisk? If not, then likely you have never met the mighty Tritons, the proud protectors of the deepest sea of Domaris. My tribe, the Nalos, were the first of their kind to leave the elemental plane of water to fight against the aquatic monstrosities here on the prime material plane. My name is Proximus Midnight, Knight of the Mid-Seas. The Midnight Order are sworn defenders of the oceans, protecting the surface from what lies beneath. Recently, I have been chosen by my kingdom to become the 56th Royal Arbiter of Ula Saltsmile, the great Queen Mother of the Nalos. This is the highest honor a knight can achieve. For the glory of the great Queen Mother, for my people, the Nalos, and for the Knights of the Mid-Sea, I fight the greatest evil, smite the wicked, and exterminate my foes. If the enemies of the great Queen Mother wreak ruin on this world, I have no qualms in eradicating them by any means necessary. Secretly, and do not tell anyone, I am very excited to finally be allowed to journey to the surface. I cannot wait for the adventures that await me.
To those of Domaris, the merfolk who live under the waves are just like those who breathe air. Most see them as a sign of good luck and fortune with their beauty and kindness. They are the angels of the seas. But the oceans aren't always so kind. On those perfect nights, when the storms rage against the waves and the world is full of chaos, beings of absolute powers are born. The merfolk call them sirens, and the only difference shown on the surface is their eyes. A siren's eyes churn like the storm-raged waves they're born of. When a siren comes into existence, they are forced to live in exile as the merfolk fear their power. Scarlett Shores grew up not knowing love or family. Her only desire was to be desired. By anyone. It wasn't until being captured and hauled onto the ship where she met Eula's hot smile, a notorious sea hag, that Scarlett held a place in the world. With the pack sealed, Scarlett soon climbed her way through the ranks, quickly becoming the sea hag's favorite. It was no secret to anyone in the Hags League. Though, Scarlett keeps plenty of secrets and will often trade for them. So, tread carefully and always keep your eyes on me. If you don't, I may very well take them. Talk back, and your tongue will be mine too.
Hey, how are the stars tonight? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. Most people don't expect someone my size to move so quietly. I do have 2 left feet. Hooves, after all. Anyway, mind if I join you for a bit? This is the best place to look at the stars on the ship besides the crow's nest, and I can't get up there due to the ladder and all. Also, I don't think the crew would appreciate having a centaur up there and getting in the way. So, do you travel to the north often? I hear there are beautiful dancing lights in the sky up in this direction. You never see that in populated areas. The buildings tend to block out the skies and stars. Not completely, of course, unless you're under the earth or water, but enough to dull the awe-inspiring effect it tends to have. Oh, by the way, did you know the stars are actually made of magic? I drove my dads to frustration when I was a foal, begging them to tell me the story of their creation every night. They're made from the power of the gods who made the gods. Isn't that amazing? Some people think they just left or were killed, leaving nothing behind. But I think it's much more interesting to believe that their sprinkled essence in that black blanket of a sky continues to observe this flooded world. And then, when a star falls, a bit of that power finds its way to Domaris. Sorry, I didn't mean to go all romantic on you. Oh, my name? Don't you worry about it. We won't be seeing each other again. And if we do, I'll try not to startle you next time. But no promises.
Oh, hey there. It's me, Wynni. Nobody calls me Benorit except me mums, and if you were one of them, I wouldn't need to introduce myself. Well, and Eula does, I guess. And sometimes, you know what? You can call me whichever. They're both me. I'm just waiting here for the tides to shift and my next adventure to begin. You could argue life itself is an adventure, and I would say you're right. But also I mean an actual adventure. Mostly I do reclamation, searching the sunken cities for relics and forgotten memories. Some of these I keep, some I give away, some I return to those folk who lost them. Sure, I could tell you what I'm looking for at the moment, but I think I've learned my lesson about that. You'll probably hear about it next time I'm in the Fen anyway. Not that it's important, or direct from Eula herself or anything. I didn't say that. The point is, there's a great big ocean full of all sorts of stuff. Some of it has sharp teeth, and worse, maybe, but the good stuff? It's magical, and I wouldn't trade any of it for the safety of the surface. So I'll be back. Hard to say when. You know how the winds are, but you can bet I'll be back.
Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. You hear a voice you have heard so many times before. The horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and innumerable horrors, of hopeful promises and dire warnings. And you feel her song. It was always there. Listen. Do you hear it? The wind is in your favor. The tide is rising. The sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls. Hello everyone, ahoy, and welcome to Horizon's Call, an oceanic campaign set here on Eva Saraid's channel. Thank you for joining us. We are back for another wonderful session, episode 9, Broken Promises. I'm going to have these very lovely people introduce themselves in just a moment, but before we get into that, I do want to let you, the viewer, know that you can also kind of play this game along with us. If you reference the chat, you can see how you can donate money to impact the game through advantages, crits, group advantages, group crits, and also through a special feature of something, it's a complication we call a black spot. So if you would do a direct $30 donation to the stream, you can introduce a complication ruled by me, the DM, which introduces just something extra. Something a little more difficult. Maybe it's a slightly more difficult encounter. Maybe it is that there's disadvantages in a certain area. It's whatever. It's a way for you to throw just an extra barrier. No character death, nothing like that, so you don't have to worry about that. But all that said, I'm going to have these wonderful people, like I said, introduce themselves. So Mare, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and your incredible character.
Hello, I am Mare. Today I am playing Acacia, the lovely centaur rogue on a boat who definitely does not turn into a seahorse when going in the water.
It is canon, unfortunately. Yes. Thank you, Mare. Mikyl.
Hi, I'm Mikyl, and I'll be playing Proximus, the paladin sorcerer.
Nothing else you want to add there?
Not quite yet.
Not just yet.
To come.
And yes. And as always, I do want to extend a special thank you to Mikyl for the incredible character art that we have. I will say that at the end as well, but if you like the art that you see, I highly suggest you hit Mikyl up. So stick around for our plugs at the end. Next up, Kaila.
Hi, I'm Kaila. I will be playing your Siren Warlock with a reforged pact. I can talk.
Maybe both. She's got a new bag and a new patron daddy.
Let's not. I know what that thing looks like.
Yeah.
Nope.
It gave me the chills.
And last but absolutely not least, the person without whom we would not be here, Eva.
Hello, it's me, Eva. Who can multitask? Sort of. That is not the right command, but we'll get there. I'm trying. This is my channel. I am playing Wynni, the Sea Elf Artificer, who is absolutely more on top of things than I am.
Doing great.
And I'm muted, so I'm right on top of stuff too. Like I said, my name is Derek Sword. I will be your DM for this session as well as all the sessions to come. We've got just 3 more after this. Right, yeah, we're in the final stretch. Things are getting heated. So I believe we have a recap prepared. Mare, would you mind taking it away?
Prepared is a very strong word.
You have a recap. Period.
So last session, we were still making our way to Dynisi. Long trip, probably about 6-7 weeks ahead of us. Scarlett has not been making herself known, keeping herself in her quarters. It's not my problem on what she is angsting about, though I do hope she is still able to come forth with this quest that we're all going through. I have been tracking the stars, so to speak, by making a star chart. So I've spent a lot of time on deck ever since the astrolabe has been fixed. Proximus has also been in I don't want to say state, but similar to Scarlett, he is not acting as he normally would, as at one night I did see him chuck his trident overboard. And by the looks of that thing, it seems to be a very important item of his. About 2 weeks into our journey, Callisto, the captain of the Innocence, has brought us together to tell us we need to make a choice. Either we need to sail through Imperial waters and risk either a chase, arrest, which I don't think any of us want at this point, especially with our most recent removal of a specific icebox prison in the far north. So it was either that or going through a dragon turtle's territory. What a choice. However, we did find out the dragon turtle's name, and Wynni knows everyone apparently, as that is a friend of hers. A very large, older dragon turtle by the name of Niberian. And while I was hesitant to actually believe that this friendship was genuine, I was very surprised when we did not immediately get eaten after jumping in the water after Wynni when she went to go meet him. And he offered to give us a ride, decreasing our travel time to the island of Dynisi. In that meantime, I was able to finish my star chart, or at least a majority of it, in the northern hemisphere, and I've been able to get a lot of really good information. There are static points that are not stars or planets, and I believe that's what I am looking for. How I'm going to get up there is another option, but I'm hoping that once we learn more about the astrolabe, it will shed more light on everything. We did eventually make our way to the island of Dynisi, and we were treated, rightly so, with suspicion. So I left the group to scout ahead when some monks came down from the monastery a friend of theirs was from. Ilios? Regardless, we were met with hostile force, but Scarlett said a very threat that I was confused about, though it seemed to do the trick. And after a little bit of talk and reassurance that Ilios was safe from harm, they allowed us into their monastery, where we are allowed to browse their collection. Scarlett snuck off at some point before I left, as did Proximus. But while the monks continue to get us the information we need, I have stretched my legs.
Thank you, Mayor. All right. So we're going to pick up pretty much right where we left off. Scarlett, you find yourself in the vault, the secreted away books of dark knowledge, the things that aren't meant to be known, the things that aren't meant to be read. You met with a thing more ancient and powerful than you have any comparability to even understand. You made a deal with this thing. You promised it your maternal figure, the one who, well, what did she do for you? This thing accepted. You broke a pact. And in its place, you formed a new one. Your tome melted into searing kraken ink at your feet. And now in your hands is a new tome, as the words that were written there before are gone.
Along with the new pact comes slight change in appearance for Scarlett. What once was vibrant rose gold reddish hair is now gone, and it is now a deep, deep navy. And what once laid upon her forearm as a kraken and tentacles resembling her pact with Eula is now replaced with Elder Scroll, in the name of which she has just forged a pact with. But it is only seen when using an extreme amount of magic.
Wraps around your arm, twists around your body like a serpent trying to constrict. It even feels tight in some places. Not painful, but you know it's there, like a ribbon being pulled too tight. Mechanically speaking, just for your knowledge, this is something that could be viewed with true sight. It does exist at all times. And you would know that it is probably deadly for anyone else to see these words. Maybe not instantly, but much
Eventually.
in the way that... Yes, much in the way that Elios was fleeing. All right. A new pact formed, a new tome made, a new Scarlett.
New Scarlett. I will pick the new tome up and head back out of the vault.
Okay. Are you heading anywhere in particular?
Just to join the party back.
Okay. Let's go ahead and pick up with the party then. Let's see. Acacia went for a run around the island. So, Acacia, are you just heading anywhere in particular, or are you just stretching the legs, feeling the wind in your hair?
Where is there besides the small village, the dock, not even docks, but like where they would put their boats, and the monastery?
Yeah, so this is a relatively small island. It might only take you, well, I mean, at your speed, 4 hours to circumvent the entire island. And that's a constant run, but...
I'm probably not going to go for a full run. I'm not going to go around the entire island, but just enough to get that excess energy out.
Mhm.
So big old gallop, probably at least around any open areas.
Yeah. So this island does have roads. a lot of them lead directly from the town. So you can kind of tell that the town has a lot of older structures there. Some of them are stone, some of them are wood. That is where most commerce is done. Not a lot of people actually live there. It is a fishing village, so this is where they store their fish. This is where they do any business that needs done. But as you're kind of running around, you can see these very ancient stone streets. And you can kind of get the idea that the monastery is a remnant, a semi-ruin of this culture that has lived there for a very long time. That even the concept of this library, that was probably the reason for the island in the first place. And the fishing village just was built to support the people that maintain the library.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that there are homes, there are cliffs, just salt air everywhere, even at the center of this island, it still is rather oceanic. You can look over the hills and see just the wide ocean spreading out in all directions around you, just the light glinting off the water. But yeah, it's just residential, just small little huts and buildings where the people live. And you might even see some kids that are just kind of in awe of a centaur that they've never seen before. You also get the idea not a lot of people leave this island, so strangers are a very uncommon thing as well.
I don't make any point of getting in their way, but I don't interact or I don't wave or anything. Just getting the energy out. Not going to be a nuisance.
That's fair. Okay. Wynni, when we last left you had made 14 new monk friends. You think they're all wearing masks, they're all wearing their cloaks and everything, but at one point you did do a head count, and that was 14 new friends for Wynni.
Technically, they're all my friends. It's just 14 that are really good friends.
Noted.
Also, I don't really know the
Wynni,
population of the monastery, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
Okay. Did you want to do an insight check to try to guess the population or infer from the people that you've seen? Okay.
What do we say to 17?
17, you can reason that there's probably under 100, probably more than 50. 14 is not a bad percentage, all things considered. We're probably looking like the 70 to 80 range.
Okay.
But you can also see that they're all humanoids, like I said, but you can tell from the size that not all of them necessarily are humans. Even from the horns peeking out of a couple of the hoods, you can guess that there's tieflings, probably some elves from the height of a few of them, probably dwarves, a couple halflings maybe some half-orcs. One Goliath, you would assume, just judging from the size of one of them. But again, you can't really see much beneath the robes, masks, and other monasterial garb.
I would like to play dice with them.
Okay. Are you gambling, or are you just playing dice?
It's not really playing dice if you don't gamble, but friendly gambling.
Okay.
They're monks. I don't know if they would gamble.
Deny that. Very sorry. It's kind of against our order. We apologize. If you want anything, we're more than happy to give it to you.
I just want to play dice.
Are you in need of coin?
No, that's okay. That's a misunderstanding. That's on me. I should have thought about that. So you don't play any games or anything?
We play games, but just not ones where we can win or lose material objects, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well,
we absolutely have competition.
Well, let's compete without the winning or losing material objects or things.
Did you want to spar?
Why the heck not?
All right. It's going to be fun.
Are you doubting Wynni's,
Wynni, we will...
like...
Martial ability against a monk? Yes. Yes, darling. Yes, I am.
Fair.
All right, Wynni.
No.
So this is sparring. Let me go ahead and
no.
pull up a monk here. So you were going to be rolling an unarmed attack.
I don't have that skill. Okay.
Everybody does.
Okay. Yep. It was a nat 20 for 24.
You landed
Can't
it.
wait to need that dice roll later and not have it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage for this monk.
It's just one, isn't it? Like
It is a single monk. You are squaring off with
it just says
oh,
one.
Is it just one? Okay, that is one hit point.
A dice.
So you're squaring off with this what you can probably assume from the height to be like human, maybe half elf, named Ephialtes is the name that he gave you, and he's kind of squared up, and he's like, "All right, give you your best shot," and you land a solid punch, like square in the chest,
Like...
and he just goes, "All right then, well, good job." But you can almost sense a smile like creep behind his mask as he takes like a firmer stance, like a leg sweeps back, and he is going to take a force strike against you. So that is going to be a 23, and he is going to do. Let's see here. He's going to do 12 points of force damage to you, as it's not only the impact of the hit itself, but you can tell that there is almost like a key behind it, a spiritual energy that he pushes out from his body as the hit connects. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I would like to use my new advantage, please. Oh, 24.
You are not knocked prone. And as he goes to sweep the leg, essentially, like you very deftly kind of move around it, and he just kind of nods. Wynni, that was great. You're an impressive fighter. You could probably, stand to improve the impact of your punches, but a little practice never hurt anybody.
Yeah, I am pretty good, aren't I?
I would say so.
Ugh.
Anyway, that was great. No winners or losers here. Do you look like you require medical
I would really like some medical attention, please. Thank you.
Let's get you to the infirmary.
Okay, thank you. That was...
You can actually see Constance kind of comes around. She goes, "I'm sorry, did someone say medical attention?"
Thank you, please, and thank you.
And Constance, your tiefling surgeon, comes and like puts your arm like around her, even though you're not really hobbling, or maybe you are, but just like helps you get back and sit down on one of the bench trenchers.
Does that give me a
Proximus.
short rest out of curiosity?
Sure, you can have a short. You're not going to have anything else. It's probably going to be a long rest before the materials are gathered for you anyway. So as long as you don't do anything else extraneous in the meantime, we can count this as a long rest. Proximus, where do we find you?
Proximus was keeping an eye out on Scarlett.
Okay.
The last we left off.
So
How
when
much
Scarlett
does he
left,
see?
Okay. Well, let's have Proximus roll for stealth.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay.
To get worse. So 1 and a 2.
1 and a 2. Okay. So because you can tell that you yourself are making noise, I'm going to have you roll perception at disadvantage.
Okay. these rolls out now. Oh, that's not bad. A 15 and a 17. Nice.
Okay.
So it would have been 16.
Okay. So what you would have seen as you were kind of peeking around the corner, you kind of realize that the sound doesn't even matter at a certain point, because what you see is, from your point of view, Scarlett takes a book off the shelf, opens to a page. Pages almost fly in a certain fashion without her touching it, and her head snaps back. Her eyes fill with just black as night, kind of like Captain Callisto's do. But these are different because you can see movement in that black, and they actually start streaming, almost streaming like black water from them. And you would watch the physical change that happens to Scarlett. You would see her tome fall to her side and dissolve. You would see the streaming black from her eyes actually get into her hair and dye it this dark blue. And you would see something start surrounding her, some kind of words, but there's a pull to you. I'm actually going to have you make a wisdom saving throw.
$19.
Okay. You resist that pull, and your eyes glance away because something in you, your divine sense maybe, tells you this is not something meant to be seen. And when you look back, the words are just fading from her. You see Scarlett just look down at her new book, snap it closed, and she goes to turn towards the exit. I'm assuming that's when you leave, or are you going to confront her?
No, just I would leave at that point. When she picks up the tome, I would just start backing away and moving back up to the upper area where everyone was, glancing over moving quickly.
Sure.
Like a little half step.
Yeah, you would easily be able to dart between the stacks and hide from Scarlett.
When I got to the top, back up with the other monks, I would like to talk to one of them.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Excuse me. I was looking for a book, anything or any information that I could find on Eula Saltsmile. History, anything that could come about.
Unfortunately, most of what we have is just rumor about Eula Saltsmile. She's not a historical figure by any reason. There's no historical text written about her. She just, as far as we know, appeared one day. This is more of a historical library. It existed before the deluge. Most of the knowledge here was salvaged from that.
Could you have anything for the Triton people?
We certainly would, yes. I will bring it to you.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Or unless you wanted to come with me, it's a section all on its own. The Triton people are magnificent, and we always wish we had more information on them.
That would be very nice. Thank you.
Of course, if you have anything you would like to add, I would be more than happy to put that down in our notes.
I am uncertain that what I know is historical facts also.
All history is written by someone. It's filled with bias one way or another.
This is true.
If you'd like to come with me. My name is Dido. I am more than happy to show you our section on Tritons.
Dido, I am Proximus. Thank you. And I appreciate your hospitality.
And she guides you into a different area of the library. You kind of get the idea that the monastery itself is primarily library. There are different sections and floors and subsections to it. And she guides you to an area where the stacks themselves are more kept in shadow, but there are windows that actually kind of open up to the sea outside, and they let in light. There are kind of what do I call it? Not blinders, but I guess Venetian blinds, essentially, that let in the light without getting in too much of the air and the moisture itself. Shutters, yeah. So it is more naturally lit in here, and she takes you to an area where some of the books are actually written in primordial, which you would recognize. A lot of them in common, and there's books like History of the Tritons, The People of the Plane of Water. Everything here is all that we would have as far as information on the Tritonian people and their several subcultures. We know about their histories, their sense of worship. Anything in specific you're looking for?
I was looking for my people, the Nalos, specifically.
Of the
History.
mid-seas?
Correct, yes.
Yes. Yes. We don't have a lot about them. They are, well, I suppose you are, somewhat isolationist as far as most other Tritons go. You don't interact with other people the way that other Triton tribes tend to.
I didn't know that there were many tribes.
Oh, yes. Not to over-explain your own peoples, but do you know where you came from?
Just what I have been taught is we are the protectors and came from the plane of water.
Yes. The Nalos were the protectors. The other tribes have more so taken up that bit, at least. Yes, absolutely. Came from the plane of water. Fought all sorts of things there, aboliths and giant sharks and all sorts of other sea monstrosities and aberrations and abominations, whatever it is. No, it's a few 100,000. I can't remember the exact date, but the Nalos one day changed their entire structure. They only sent out one person at a time, stopped interacting with the other tribes, stopped really defending, stopped creating allies, created more of a military structure.
Correct, yes.
It's kind of odd that you're here, actually.
Are
you the only one who's at the service?
Yes, I am the one that is sent.
And you're in service to Eula?
Yes, this is why I'm here.
Well, Proximus, I will leave you to it. Should you wish to elaborate more later, I will have my quill and a book ready. Your story, as historically factual as it may or may not be, is still yours, and I would love to hear it.
Maybe another time. That would be a good
Of course.
thing to do. I am trying to learn more of why it is that we are isolationists, why things have changed for us and us only. And maybe I can add to that when I understand this more. Dido, it has been thank you for this.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And she'll leave you to it.
And then I would just like to peruse for anything that I could find that would give a little bit more history to what it is like the other tribes were doing.
Yeah. So there are dozens of other tribes. There are entire books written on some of them. From what you see, a lot of them created these large castle-like, fortress-like structures in the ocean. A lot of them did turn somewhat militaristic, but with a nobility to them. A lot of them do have a similar structure to the Nalos in the sense of more communal type family, a hierarchical structure as opposed to a nuclear family type structure. But you also see that they went out into the world. They expanded. Some of them conquered, sure. There are definitely those who tended, again, more towards the militaristic side, but there were also those who went out and adventured and rescued and saved towns from Aboleth invasions, fought off Sahuagin incursions. There were those who fought wars against those that would otherwise dominate parts of the ocean and enslave and destroy. And then there's a very small book on the Nalos. And your history essentially ends, as far as anyone else knows, when Eula Saltsmile appears.
I think I would take that small book and put it in my haversack and go to leave.
It is written in primordial. You would get that. You can actually tell from the pages. The pages are waterproof. This was probably written by a Triton. Okay. All right, so we can fast forward to the evening unless anybody had anything else. All right. So the sun begins to set when Sophia arrives back at the center of the monastery, this courtyard area where she asked you all to meet. And she has two other monk attendants behind her who both have just books stacked with scrolls and everything else. This is everything I was able to gather as far as, well, the elders and your astrolabe. Unfortunately, a lot of it is written in Elder, so we only know from some context. Most of us don't fully speak the language. A lot of it was lost. Some of it's in common, and it's what is generally known, but this is all that we have, and I hope that it can be of some use to you. And she sets it all down at a table with candlelight for lighting and a lantern above. And you all are more than welcome to stay here for the evening. Please make use of all that we have.
Would like to say, because I did arrive, I didn't stay out all day. Very, very, very obvious look, despite my stealthiness, at Scarlett's new hairdo. Though I do not say anything.
Maybe it's a warlock thing.
Wynni absolutely does say something. Scarlett?
What does Wynni say?
Scarlett.
Yes. Yes, Wynni.
Hi, I just think you look amazing today, that's all. Okay. It's a good color.
Thank you. It's definitely something a little different.
Hey, you know, life and people are like the seas, ever changing, right?
Sure.
That normally doesn't happen when it comes to hair color, though.
I mean,
in the course of several hours.
I don't know how long it takes to change hair. I've always had kind of this mint green thing going on. Maybe I should change it.
Wynni, you look fine just the way you
Aw,
are.
thanks.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she broke a pact. Okay.
Anyway, we have a long night ahead of us.
Proximus would like to find Acacia, and Acacia, it seems like you have been working on this for quite a long time.
What do you mean by this? Can you elaborate?
On finding this pattern for the astrolabe.
Well, I never made a habit of trying to find the other pieces of the astrolabe. We never knew what it was.
So this is all new to you, just like it is new to us.
Sort of. The astrolabe, yes. The information that came with it, not entirely. I did know stuff and information and knowledge about tales, about what the elders and shards are, because my fathers did a very good job trying to make sure I didn't lose any heritage with the centaurs back home.
That is amazing. There is so much that I don't understand as far as the family and parents. We didn't have such things where I'm from.
I don't know what you expect me to say in response to that, but they did a good job raising, teaching me. You don't need to have parents to have a good community to grow up in.
This is true. We had a strong, what you would call family. With everyone, we were all brothers and sisters. It was not a father or mother giving the information. So I admire it. It's different. I just, you have been very focused. And I was just wondering what, if anything has been learned. Do we know where we're going to go?
Haven't had a chance to dig into the books yet that the monks brought us. But I've learned some things just by looking through the astrolabe.
If I can be of service or help in any way, please let me know.
Do you know how to read a star chart or make one? Because I
spent the time under the seas.
I didn't think so.
Not quite above them. So stars are all new to me.
I think it's just keeping track and keeping an eye on things. And honestly, I think the best you can do is make sure people try not to steal the astrolabe.
I'll be right on it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll just wander off.
I didn't answer any of your questions today.
Nope.
So Curio and Constance are both there as well to try to delve through the common as best they can. Try to help. So Proximus is stepping away.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of wander off. They all seem very focused, so.
Okay. All right. So who is going to be delving through the books then? Acacia, Constance, Curio, Wynni. What is Scarlett up to?
I can translate the books now, can't I?
You would know what they'd say.
I will study the books, but I will not share that I can understand Elder.
Noted.
That I can read Elder.
Okay.
Not to metagame or anything. Is there any way, and I'm fine if we want to roll or something like this, but just from observing or doing like inciting or anything like that, am I able to tell you're actually reading instead of just perusing? However you want to do this, Kaila.
Deception against
Insight?
Insight?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because the books in Elder, they do have diagrams in them. They do have star charts. They do have diagrams of different items, including things like the astrolabe. That's where the books in common come from, where the people were trying to suss out.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Okay.
Because I'm not bad at it, but a 2 won't help me. Oh, that doesn't help me either.
All right, Mare, what was it?
An 11 total.
Mine was 12.
Oh my god! Damn. Wait, 5 plus 7 is... Yeah, that's 11.
7. Mine was 8 plus 4.
I just rolled a 2 and a 4, and I'm like, fuck me. I did use an advantage, Eva, so you can take that off the overlay.
Okay. So Acacia would not be able to tell that Scarlett was actually reading the words. She'd probably just be like, oh, that's cute. Nobody reads Elder. Nobody's read Elder for hundreds of years.
Maybe like a letter here and there we can translate, but that's about it.
It looks like an A. If
Could
like
be
an A also had like 2 heads. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Can I specifically look for anything that might be used as a Rosetta Stone, so we can translate? And that's what I'm going to be looking for, basically, as I start perusing the books and looking.
The books in common would be the closest thing, because those are the people who were able to figure out this. We know this word means this. This is where we believe that they're going. A lot of them are based on theory. Eva, are you raising your hand?
Yes. Are there any books with pictures?
Yeah, all of them have pictures.
Wynni would like to skim flip. No, like this is with that plan. I know she's silly, but she's got a plan for this. She would like to kind of skim flip through everything, looking for anything with that looks like the astrolabe or shard related. Anything like on theme, I guess.
Sure, that's fair.
And I have one more. I have one thing to do after this as well.
After you're done with the research?
No, when Eva's done. Wynni.
Okay. I think she's good. Go for it, Mare.
No, I was going to say, Wynni can go first. It's fine. I don't need to go right now. If you want to finish.
No, she's all good.
Oh, okay. You're just looking for stuff.
Yeah, she is. That is what she is specifically going to research.
I was just describing my plan of action.
Okay. I also want to find a really old book in Elder and use Mirror of the Past on it.
Okay. All right.
This is a really cool item. Okay.
It is. I love Mirror of the Past. I when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is going to be stress me out, but I love it. Okay. So again, for Mirror of the Past, you get just glimpses, sometimes cryptic. So you use it on just a book with the writing, the Elder writing on it, and you can see what you see are very similar to the hands that you saw forging the astrolabe. Humanoid, but not human. Not anything you would necessarily recognize. And you notice that as you're looking, the Elder hands actually have 2 thumbs. They have one where they would traditionally be, and then one on the other side. You can also see, just from, I guess, size reference, they would probably be a little bit larger than traditional humanoids. The Elder books are more like coffee table books than anything else. They are somewhat larger, and you kind of get the idea that in reference to this would have been maybe more normal sized, maybe a little big. You can see that the writing is utilizing neither ink nor any type of magic. It seems to almost be filtering on the page 3, what you would reason to be maybe mechanical sense. And you would see that they are writing in a room that is stone and metal. You can kind of see through the eyes of the person, the Elder, you assume, who is writing this book. And you can see as they look out a window to a verdant land full of forests and trees and a hazy purple sky. And then they look back to the book. You're essentially John Malkovich, an elder for a bit. All right. So everybody who's doing research, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. Scarlett may do so with advantage.
Did you say investigation or intelligence?
Intelligence.
I'd like to use an advantage, please.
I would also like to use another advantage.
I have an
please.
18.
I want to use my crit
Okay.
for just this. It's just flat 20 otherwise with the crit.
Okay.
I got a 15.
So 15, 18, 20?
I literally rolled 11, 12, 13.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right. Wynni, you would be delving through the books in common. Acacia, you the same.
If I'm
You both find...
if I'm looking for pictures, it doesn't really matter what language they're in.
That's true, but you're not going to understand what they say if you're just looking for the pictures.
That's true.
So you do find, you do find images that you think may be referential to the astrolabe. You find like large splash pages with the symbols that are featured on the astrolabe, and almost instructions that show these different rings interlocking. But a lot of the things that you see actually show more than 3 rings. I cannot for the life of me remember what the machine is called, but it has the interlocking rings which all kind of spin around each other. So you can see something kind of like that, which have all these symbols carved into it. You see all different types of things. You as an artificer would recognize these very intricate machines, things that haven't even been thought of or have yet to be thought of again on Damaris. Especially from an artificer's point of view, these would be incredibly fascinating, but you also don't know the application or what they're for. Acacia, in your research, you do find some mentions of shards. A lot of this is being written after the fact, of course. It's in common. A lot of it is theoretical. It's mentions of shards as being pieces of, aspects of, remnants of the elders themselves, that they were so powerful that whatever magic or power they had, call it magic because they didn't understand it, the people who were writing, so they called it magic, was left in these pieces that were scattered amongst the stars, that the elders themselves were scattered amongst the stars. And that...
Stuff I already know.
Yeah. But again, a lot of it's theoretical. It is, you heard bedtime stories. This is taking those bedtime stories and applying it to science and logic. Scarlett, you find flat out instructions. As you're going through some of the books, I mean, a lot of it is very in depth, and the wording of it is tough to understand from a person who is not, like, you are not a native speaker. You learned this almost by force. It's like reading something between 2 sheets of semi-opaque plastic. There's a blur to it, and it almost gives you a headache as you're trying to read it, but it makes sense. You can understand the star charts. You can understand how the astrolabe is supposed to work. There's many different types of machines similar to the astrolabe that are meant to attract or note or call down even the power of a shard, that the shards themselves weren't meant to always be up there. They were meant to be brought back down to restore a sense of power to Damaris. And you kind of get the idea that maybe this has been done before. Scarlett, what you figure out is the astrolabe has a sequence to it. Every symbol on the outer ring and the inner ring matches to an individual star. Those rings have to be basically clicked into place and matched to that specific shard. Not a star, a shard. then it must be matched to another. You essentially need to make a constellation in sequence by matching the symbols on the rings. And you have to know which two symbols they are. It's a puzzle. It's not meant to be easy. The person who is meant to find this power, it has to prove themselves to be able to do so. But the one thing that you kind of get from all this is that because this is written in Elder, because it is referencing shards, you understand the elders knew that this was going to happen. Planned or not, predicted maybe, but they understood that this was an inevitability. This was their end. Proximus, where are you going when all this research is happening?
So Proximus was kind of looking around. Obviously he doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to do for him. So he's going to find probably like one of the highest points that he could, just to see if there's like a view. And it's night, correct?
It is dusk. The sun is setting.
Okay. So he would take his glaive and slam it down into the ground so it sticks. Crisscross applesauce right in front of it, leaning his back to the glaive upright. And watch the sunset. And he's going to pray.
Okay. Yes, there is a cliffside. The monastery does have an area with some broken columns, one archway left. And you kind of get that the archway was built specifically here because just beyond it, centered in that archway, is the setting sun over the horizon of the sea. And you plant your glaive, and you sit. What do you pray?
I pray to the great Queen Mother of Nalos. My people serve your will with honor and righteousness. To the loyal Nalos, you are praised as the highest of all gods. As I did all my life, training and honing my body into the perfect vessel for your will, to be your champion. Today, that all comes to an end. The closer I get to you, the more my eyes widen. And now I see, you are a plague, a disease that has infected my people. No longer will I serve as your arbiter. I now see what I must do. I will not become a brainwashed individual by a false betrayer idol. I will cast off these shackles. I vow to free my Triton people and the Nalos from their servitude, from a corrupt deceiver such as you. I, Proximus Midnight, will further be known as Proximus ShadowKnight. I will rebuke my oath to Eula Saltsmile and to the Order of the Mid-Sea Knights.
Proximus, your oath is broken. you feel a draining from you, a pulling like water through a sieve. And you literally can see an essence draining from your body. And it drips like sludge over the edge of that cliff down into the water. You have been drained of your divine purpose. You are an oath breaker. Okay. We come back to the researchers. What are you all doing?
Put books down in frustration. Kind of push him off to the side and take a breather.
Okay.
Did anyone find anything? I only found what I know, just a bit more solidified.
Just star charts that I can't read.
Wynni's gonna like push what she found just like out to the center of the table.
Scarlett, can I look at the star charts you found?
I hand Acacia a book that was not the book that I had.
Are there star charts in it?
Presumably, maybe.
There would be.
I wonder-
Yeah.
Yeah. If there are star charts on it, I'd like to just do a quick comparison with mine.
The book that I had read fun, I do want to steal.
Yeah, I'm just going to compare the books to the star chart that Scarlett showed me to what's in what I did and made. And I'm keeping a close eye on peripheries, everything.
Huh.
Because regardless whether I could tell Scarlett is reading or not,
It's still Scarlett.
it's Scarlett, and I'm extremely suspicious. And I'm
Scarlett
keeping
is sus.
I'm keeping an eye out on everything.
Okay, so comparing the star chart in the Elder Book to the star chart that you made,
Yes.
you would see that there absolutely are matches from what
Okay,
you were able
cool.
to tell. Yeah, the astrolabe was identifying shards. It was showing where the shards were supposed to be in the Elder Book. It was kind of what you're picking up because it was more theoretical than anything else, or it was predicting where the shards were supposed to be, that this was all meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can see that more or less you've matched up pretty well. You can see that some of the shards and the stars actually do have writing next to them. It is an elder. You cannot necessarily identify what is what on that. But
I'd like
you can at least
copy, whether I can read it or not, try and carefully copy those words onto my star chart, regardless whether I can read it.
Sure. That should be easy enough if you're just sitting there and taking the time to copy it. Yeah. Okay.
And when I'm done, I'll put my star chart back away.
Okay. Wynni, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
No. Yes. Dirty 20.
Okay. You see her before anyone else does. A small figure just jumps up on the table, and kind of a little flutter of wings, and Damona's there.
Damona, good kitty. Hi, pretty girl.
And she comes in, she like does a little headbutt
I
thing.
kiss her forehead.
And she's just kind of like walking around the books. Yeah. She
I
stretches
tug her
out.
little cat tail.
She doesn't like that.
Okay, some cats do. I feel like I
Okay.
would. Okay,
She
then I
does
don't
not.
do it because I feel like I would know by now if she does or not.
Yeah, I would make you go ahead and roll animal handling with disadvantage. What are you doing, Eva? No, don't do that. I'm kidding.
Oh god. Wait, I have a mask for that, I think.
You do. You do have a mask that allows you to speak to animals if you did want to converse with your tressym.
The last of the session is just going to be Wynni talking to Damona.
Wait, I can actually talk to her.
Mhm.
Talk to her. I thought it was just.
Speak with
Oh
animals.
shit!
I feel like we do need a like side
No.
game that's just recorded off game
No,
of Wynni talking to everything.
you tricked me. That's not very nice.
How did I? Well, what are you talking about?
It's animal friendship, which is not the same.
Is it okay? It can be speak with
Bless.
beasts because that's what I thought it was. It can't be bless.
Oh, well, you know I'm gonna cast Speak with Beasts. Speak to the animals. Is this? I feel like you're just making things up at this point.
It is speak with
Okay.
animals.
Then I'm going to cast
Okay.
it and just fill her in on everything we're doing because it was that or like go find some food. Because Wynni is tired at this point. She likes finding stuff. Book research is interesting, but she gets bored very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Damona listens very thoughtfully for a second. Says,
That's very interesting, Wynni. I really appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah. I sure hope you don't mind it when I kiss your forehead, because it seems really rude now that I can like speak to you and stuff.
Oh no, I rather enjoy it. I really appreciate you. You ask, of course, it's very thoughtful of you. Please don't pull my tail, though. I
Yes,
don't prefer
that's
that.
fair. I suppose I probably wouldn't like it either, come to think of it. Wait, why are you on the island? Are you just like having a little like walkabout?
I missed you. Yes, I was choosing just to spread my. It's been a while since we've been somewhere where I actually wanted to go ashore, and the Flittons are doing quite well. They're flying thanks to
I
you,
love that.
and Proximus and your friends. So they'll be fine on their own.
We can cut to someone else while Eva cries.
we actually will cut real quick to Proximus. Proximus, go ahead and roll me perception.
A dirty 20.
Okay. Proximus, you feel a tightening around your neck. You can hear footsteps, you think, coming from behind you. Maybe you turn, you don't see anything. But in a moment, there is an intense pressure on your neck. The air has actually been cut off. Where are Proximus's gills?
Along his neck.
Yeah. And regardless, he would be amphibious, so he would still need to have intake air somewhere. A garrote has been tightened around your neck, and you take take 5 points of damage. You are currently grappled, and you cannot breathe at this current moment. And Wynni, we're actually going to cut back to you. I need everybody who is in the research area to go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Do I have to roll? Can we use
You
my
do not.
passive? Can we use my passive?
You can use passive.
Oh, you want to use my passive?
Okay. What is your passive?
26?
What?
26.
The
Oh, yeah.
heck?
Fuck yeah.
23.
Yeah.
19.
When she said that, I just looked down and I was like, oh, I can see why.
Folks.
I have the observant sheet.
I guess.
Yeah. So it was ridiculous, and 19.
Yeah.
Okay. None of you are surprised, but you do see a glass vial being thrown into the room. And Wynni, you would see Damona actually hiss, but she's not hissing towards the vial. She's hissing outwards towards the setting sun. And you can hear her say, "There's something incredibly wrong, Wynni." And as this glass vial breaks, I'm going to have everybody roll for initiative.
19.
What level are we? 15.
17.
6.
You're just
Little laggy
you're
from the
very
new pack.
focused on stealing that book.
I just want the book.
I want the book. Can't do shit with it, but
All right. Acacia, you are first. So the vial has been thrown into the room, and what seems to be kind of seeping out from the broken glass is this black, almost oil slick-like mass. It's expanding outwards. It's not flowing the way that liquid should. It's kind of flopping its way towards you, towards the table at least.
I don't care about that. What threw it?
You do not see that.
Where did it come from?
It came from the room that kind of leads outwards.
I would like to use my bonus action to dash in that case. Towards that
Okay.
direction.
Okay. If you are moving past this thing, it will get an opportunity attack.
Does it look like it will try and yeet at me?
Well, you can't exactly tell what this thing is just yet.
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna run past it, trying to give as wide of a berth as I possibly can.
Okay. It is going to attack then. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yes.
And it is going to do... So it's going to do 11 points of bludgeoning damage as almost this clawed hand extends from this ooze, essentially, the slime, and kind of claws at your leg as you're running past.
Okay. I'm going to ignore it and continue heading towards that direction on where it was
Okay.
thrown from. I have a 40-foot move speed, I think.
Okay. You successfully are able to exit that room. You look around with your passive. You don't see anything. Nobody's even out at this point. Actually, no, that's not true. You probably would see a couple of monks that as you rush out, they kind of just look at you a little weird and keep going about their business. But as you scan this courtyard area, you don't see anyone out of the ordinary.
No one.
No one.
Quickly towards the other monks. Did you see anyone suspicious?
No.
We have an ooze in the courtyard.
Oh, what? All right, we'll deal with that. Acacia, do you have any special sight or anything like that?
I have dark vision.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Okay. Next up is...
I think I'm just gonna do a quick run around the room, trying to get back to where I can see into the room with the rest of my movement. That's
Okay.
Just doing a quick scan to see if there's anything.
Yeah, you can look around the room. You see the ooze, which has, since it clawed at you, it does not seem to be necessarily attracted to you. If anything, I'll kind of give you this. It's going for Scarlett. Okay. So next up is the thing that is attacking Proximus. Proximus, with the tightening around your neck, you are going to. It is actually going to take 2 more attacks at you. That is going to be an 18 and a 22.
Both hit.
Okay. Well, the 18 shouldn't because you have an AC of 20 right now.
Oh,
right?
20. Yeah.
Okay, so only one of them will hit. Okay. So that is going to be.
I forgot. Thank you, Wynni, for that shield.
That is 10 points of piercing damage, as one of the swords actually does hit into kind of your armor, but the other one actually does sink pretty deeply in, and you are still being choked as well, so you are still going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Your air is still cut off.
Shit.
Let's see. All right. Next up is Proximus. So you are grappled. So you can. It's DC 15 to escape.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use one of my advantages on this one also. A 3 and a 5. Great. What was the save?
15.
But what was the strength?
Yes. Yeah. It would be strength or dexterity, because you're being grappled.
Okay, so I got 8 plus 5. That's not enough.
Is not. So you continue to be grappled. Your air is still cut off. So let's see. Depending on how long Proximus can hold his breath, we'll see. Wynni, it is your turn.
Is Damona still looking into the courtyard?
She's not looking into the courtyard. She's looking towards the setting sun. So the courtyard is more towards the center.
Oh, she's looking. Okay.
Yeah, she's looking almost like behind you. That maybe she senses something.
Do you see something?
Yes, there's... Well, not yet, but I can smell it. There's something not right. It's very fishy, if I'm being honest. In a bad way, like rotten. And also, that thing is not
That's
right.
fair, and that's gross. Okay, one thing at a time. Okay. Does it look oozy or does it look watery?
Oozy.
Okay. Does it have eyes that I can see at this? Okay.
Not that you can see.
In which case, I would like to reach into my pocket and throw out a little dark, kind of like the ball off of a piece of kelp. And I would like to chuck it at the thing. Oh, now I'm thinking of the thing, and now I'm upset.
Okay.
Ooh. That was on me. And I would like to effectively cast Ray of Sickness.
Okay. Go for it.
Wait. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to get like anyone else, and I misread my numbers. Oh, it's I can't read. I'm sorry. So sorry. It is 22. You have to make a Constitution saving throw, which is where I got confused, and it's 7 poison damage, please, and thank you.
7? Okay. What is the Constitution saving throw for?
I assume the poison. On a hit, the target must take 2d8.
Is it for extra damage or is it for an effect?
Must make a Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, what was it?
So I assume it's for a continued...
And what happens if it fails?
Oh, it is also poisoned until the end of your next turn. As I said, I cannot read.
Okay. oddly enough, this thing actually can be poisoned. So, all right. That's weird for news. It fails.
Cool.
So you have infected this thing with some sort of deep oceanic sickness.
Yeah.
You can see it almost like seeping through the amorphous mass.
I would also
of
like
it.
to get up on the table.
Okay. You get up
Thank
on the
you.
table then. Oh. Okay. This thing is going to. Just want to make sure I know everything it can do here. Perfect. This thing is going to leap towards Scarlett, and it is going to grapple. So we're going to go ahead and roll for its attack. It is going to slam and essentially grapple with that. So that is a 17.
That hits.
Okay. So you are going to take. You are going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you are grappled with a DC 13 Dex saving throw. You are restrained, and as this thing most fully enraptures your gills as well, you are unable to breathe. So also any spells that have the verbal component cannot be cast. Same thing for Proximus. Let's see. That is it for its turn. So with that, Scarlett, it is your turn. So you are grappled, DC 13 Dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Can I cast Thunderclap while restrained?
So if, let's see, restrained means no verbal and no somatic.
Okay, so no. Okay,
I'm
cool.
remembering
I'm
right.
gonna try to break the grapple because that's all I can do. Literally, all of my spells are verbal. I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Wynni would like to say, Scarlett, it looks weaker on the left side, and help her with a +4 to her roll, Flash of Genius. I don't know if that actually helps, but like.
So
it didn't because I rolled a 2. We're still gonna roll with advantage.
Scarlet restrained is just speed 0, advantages on attack rolls. You have disadvantage and disadvantage on dex saves, but nothing about spells. But if it's still suffocating her.
Yeah. What am I thinking of? Is it paralyzed maybe?
Paralyzed or immobilized or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's better. That's an 18 plus Wynni's 4, 22.
Okay. But you do have disadvantage on dex saving throws.
Shoot.
So it would be the first one then. So you remain restrained.
I use one of my advantages.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then it would be. You know what? That's fine. You succeed. You are able to no longer be restrained by this thing, especially because you used it, I guess, a resource for it. So you were able to essentially like get some of the jello-like mass of this thing as it's kind of like undulating around your form, and are able to fling it off. But as you do, this face in it appears. You fling it. Actually, are you doing it any way in particular?
I'm just trying to like rip it off.
Okay. It lands on the floor pretty much at your feet, but a face appears and almost hisses at you. It's a humanoid face, and the mouth has like strings of this ooze inside of it.
Stop.
All right, we are back at the top with Acacia.
Are Curio and Constance still there?
They are. They have kind of taken a step back, and they were more just. I didn't roll for them because Constance isn't really a combatant, and Curio was missing an arm, so.
It doesn't stop people, but no, it's fine. No, it's fine. In that
He's
case,
missing his combat arm.
In that case, I will jump right in with my dagger. Is anyone within engaging? I don't know if Scarlett would count as an engaging for.
Yeah, Scarlett would be within melee. Yeah.
Okay, then I will attack, please. Oops, cocked. That is a 26.
Mm-hmm.
And that is... Do you need anything broken out?
No. Well,
32
so.
points of damage.
Okay.
With the dragon tooth dagger.
Okay. I don't think there's any resistances. No, it just has, cold and fire.
Okay. And with a bonus action, my other hand glows pink and very sharp as I will stab it.
Okay. You said 32?
32 was the first one. My second one is going to be...
Do you want to save it?
Hmm?
Do you want to save it? Because you
Save what?
Your attack. You ended this thing.
Oh! Then if I don't have to attack it, I'm fine with it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to carry that over, psychically carry that over, we can carry that into Acacia's next attack.
Sure.
So Acacia, you leap at this thing. Fortunately, Scarlett did remove it, or else it would have drained some of the damage into Scarlett. And this ooze just sizzles on the ground and just kind of spreads out, much more water-like than the glob it was before. Anything else for your turn?
Hand is glowing pink. I wanted to actively look to see if I can sense any other incoming danger. I cannot be surprised due to my feet, so just looking very observantly.
Okay, noted. Yeah, especially with your passive. Okay, then it is still the thing that is attacking Proximus. So Proximus, you leaning back against your glaive, this garrote has been wrapped around your neck, around the pole of the glaive itself, and is being tightened. Very wood of the glaive is being like carved into, as you can feel two hands on either side pulling this thing tight. Again, it is going to take 2 sword attacks at you, and it is going to further tighten the garrote. So the garrote's damage is going to be 9. And that is going to be a 22 and a 14. So again, only 1 sword attack is going to hit. Dice. Okay, so that is 11 plus 4. So 15 points of piercing damage again, as 2 more swords come driving into you, just fervently stabbing. It almost feels like this thing doesn't just have 2 hands, or maybe there's more than 1, but there's at least 2 hands in the garrote, and there's 2 swords being stabbed at you.
Ooh.
And you can feel this cold, fishy breath breathing down at you.
I'm getting owned here, guys. I'm already half damage. Nice. All right, I'm going to try to get out of the grapple again.
Okay.
And I'm going to use another advantage. So mark that off for me. Rolling through these advantages. All right. 22.
You have broken your grapple.
All right. Whew. And then I am going to turn towards, what am I looking at?
Nothing.
I don't see anything.
You break the garrote and you spin around, grab your glaive out of the ground. You don't see anything.
So I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Dundergruff. And I believe that's just a dex save. If there's anything around me.
Okay. Let's see. Dex save. Dex save was 25.
Oh. Yes.
Okay.
And I still don't see anything.
You don't. I believe it still takes damage. It just doesn't get knocked back.
Right.
Okay, so what's the damage that it takes?
9 damage.
9. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. It's 3d8. 12.
Okay.
And I still don't see anything.
You do not? All right, Proximus, anything else for your turn?
Gosh. Yes, I'm gonna point my finger towards the direction of like behind me of where I was. And I'm gonna say Helbestraf and cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. That is a reaction, though, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, so you can do that next time you get attacked.
Okay. Yeah, it is. You're right.
Okay. It's a good reaction, though.
It is. All right. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go into a defensive stance and cast my Shadow Blade in one hand and just have it ready.
All right.
As a bonus action.
Wynni, it is your turn. Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Okay. All right, Wynni, go for it.
What am I seeing? A lot has happened.
You were standing in the room with all of the books, the candles, the lantern. You just watched Scarlett get engulfed by a small ooze that then hissed at her, and then Acacia stabbed with a psychic blade. This thing then dissipated. Damona is still staring out back behind, not into the courtyard, but almost behind the building structure that you're in.
I'd like to go as far as I can in that direction and just say that it's including the fact that we're still initiative, there's still something else over here. Except I'll say it in my Wynni voice. There's something else over here.
So you were able to move 30 feet back into the building itself. There are windows lining all sides. Through one of the windows, you can see the cliffside that Proximus is on. He is still a full turn of movement away from you, but you can see he has taken the defensive stance. You cannot see against what. As the sun is setting behind him, it has nearly fallen to complete darkness, but you can't necessarily see what's there.
Acacia on the cliffside.
So you could...
Proximus needs help.
So you can dash and get within, I would say, probably 30 feet. You would get out to the area of the cliff.
Yes.
Are you taking Damona with you?
Damona is her own independent creature. If she would like to come with me,
Damona is on your shoulder.
For you to come with me, Damona, because we're still in 10 minutes. But please keep yourself safe.
I will, Wynni.
And I will dash because I can't do anything else.
So Wynni, as you move through the corridors of this monastery, as you get to the exit, as you get to this cliff, as you break out onto the sand and look at Proximus, Damona on your shoulder goes,
"Oh, don't worry, I've got this."
And you, Wynni, can almost see an aura extend from Damona. Tressyms have an interesting ability where nothing can be invisible, magically invisible, around them. And all of you, well, Proximus and Wynni, you would see almost like the breaking of a spell. As before you, Proximus, stands a large bipedal Sahuagin. 4 arms, 2 of them holding a broken garrote, 2 of them holding swords, with a stance ready to stab at you again. This thing is dressed in a heavy black cloak that is dripping with water. and you can see it's also wearing like kind of this proper for oceanic kind of armor, and it has what you kind of identify as trophies of its kill around several necklaces around its neck. And as you all see that, we're going to go ahead and take our break because we should have done that about 15 minutes ago. So we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. Do the things, pet your pets, bio breaks, all that kind of stuff, and we'll be right back. Thank you for sticking around. Hi everyone, welcome back to Horizons Call. We're going to jump right back into the action here real quick. Just a quick recap if you are just joining us. Weird time to join, but hey, welcome. So we are right in the middle of combat. Proximus has been choked up to this point by an unseen attacker. The other members of the party were attacked by an ooze, a slithering tracker, just in case you did want to check the stats on that. Wynni, after defeating the slithering tracker, thanks to Acacia, Wynni ran to Proximus thanks to Damona, their tressym, who can detect invisible creatures. And once within range, that creature no longer was invisible. It is a Sahuagin assassin. So we are going to resume combat now with, I think it's Scarlett's turn, because Wynni, you just took your turn. So yeah, Scarlett, it is you.
Was Acacia heading out or had not left yet?
I haven't left yet.
Cool.
Yes, currently it is Acacia, Scarlett, and then Constance and Curio are still in the room, not having entered combat.
I'm going to use my leadership voice. We need to go now and just start booking it.
Yeah, no shit. How far is the cliff, by the way?
So Wynni used 60 feet of movement to get within, it is essentially 90 feet away.
Okay.
The centaur is smiling, great. So Scarlett, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm running as far as I can.
Okay, so you're going to do the dash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say that you technically can cast ranged spells out of the window. You would be able to now see this Sahuagin.
I do have 120 foot reach on Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be able to dash though. I'm gonna do it.
Get your ass on my back if you want to get closer.
All right.
You can hold your
Permission
action and
taken.
ride the centaur.
I will hold my action and ride the centaur.
Okay. All right. So we're going to then go to Acacia's turn. So Acacia, as you go to run, Curio goes, "Get him, kid. I believe in you."
God. Just enough embarrassing, Dad.
Proud of you. I'd cry if I could, but I'm a warforged. We don't have the tear ducts.
I love Curio so much.
I love him so much. He's so good. So it's essentially about 90 feet away?
Yes, it would be 90 feet to get within melee of this Sahuagin.
Okay. I am, as soon as Scarlett hops on, I am booking it with 40 feet of movement and then 40 feet dash to get up to within
10 feet.
10 feet.
Okay.
Where I will use a action to summon a very bright pink dagger and shank it at him.
Okay.
Proximus is within melee and is engaging.
It is, yes.
So within 30 feet for ranged attacks. So sneak attack.
Go for it.
Beautiful. That is a dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 66.
That's a lot of success.
That is a total of another 32 damage.
Okay. Scarlett, go ahead and take your turn.
Oh, I want to cast Blight.
Okay.
That is a 27 to hit.
That would hit.
Cool. I'm using D&D Beyond to roll all those d8s because I don't have 9 d8s. That's 31 damage.
31 damage?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Constitution saving throw.
Okay. If you're enjoying this too much. All right. I'm going to use an advantage. That seems to be the way of things. Okay. That was a nat 20, so 26.
Okay, cool. Then half.
Okay. So what would that be, like 16? So 16.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is this Sahuagin's turn. So with its multi-attack, the first thing that it is going to do is it is going to reach back towards one of its belts with one of its arms. It's going to drop the 2 pieces of the garrote. It is going to grab another glass vial. It is going to throw this glass vial at Scarlett once he identifies her. So that is going to be a 18 to hit. So Scarlett, you are once again now encompassed by this slithering tracker. It is not blocking out your airways at all just yet, but it is on you. It is actually on Acacia. With the rest of his attack, he is going to actually attack towards Acacia. Now, rogue to rogue, with an ally nearby, he is going to do an extra 4d6 of damage. So he's going to do 2 short sword attacks. And that is going to be a 17 and a 16. So I think only one of those hits.
I would like to use my reaction to use an uncanny dodge to half the attack, half the damage, please.
Okay. All right. So that is going to be 10, 15, what's that, 21, 25.
12.
Yes. Just making sure it is, oh, I'm sorry, 30 in total. So you're going to take 15.
15. Okay, thank you.
All right. So now it is Proximus's turn.
He turns towards the Swahagan, which I said wrong, but it's fine. I see you now. And he reaches out his hand and says, Wirlanglok, and is going to cast lightning lure. And you see his hand open up, and there's a black lightning lash that goes out towards the assassin.
Okay.
So I believe it is a strength saving throw.
Okay.
16.
Roll a 14.
And he's going to say, get over here. And he's going to pull him towards, and you're going to take just a d8. 3 lightning damage, and then he's going to slice at him with the shadow blade.
Okay.
$16 to hit.
A 16 will hit.
Oh, oof. Barely. $16 damage.
Okay. All right. It is going to use a reaction. Proximus, as you pull this thing closer with your lightning lore and stab into it, you can watch as the normal, very like almost shark-like, I would say, with rows and rows of teeth, kind of Sahuagin mouth, actually mandibles break off of it. And you can see that this thing has been changed from your average Sahuagin, and it lets out a horrible screech. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
16. Can I, as a reaction, yell at Proximus not to listen to it? And give him +4?
I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Oh.
I got a 17.
Because I
So
rolled in that
17,
one.
yeah. With Wynni's help. Thank you,
I
Wynni.
got a 16.
The DC was 17. So Wynni, I would say you would be able to give that reaction if you weren't stunned. So Proximus, you do not get the +4.
No.
So
Yeah.
Wynni, Proximus,
13.
Scarlett, you are all stunned, which has the incapacitated. You also cannot move or speak, automatically fail Dex and Strength saving throws, and all attacks against you have advantage. And that is until this thing's next turn. So, Wynni, unless there is anything that you want to do passively, we're going to skip your turn. Okay.
No, I think that's it.
Okay. The slithering tracker is going to have advantage on its attack as it goes to once again suffocate Scarlett. That will hit. That is going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing once again encircles your gills and begins to suffocate you as you are stunned. So you are restrained. The stun will no longer have effect at the start of your next turn, but you will be restrained at the start of your next turn, and you are unable to breathe at this moment. Okay. So then, Scarlett, did you have anything passively that you could do for your turn?
Let fall
Okay.
off since she's stunned.
I guess it depends on how, like, she just like slide off the side. She can't move, but
How about Eva? How does this work?
Are you
Your official
still like
opinion.
moving at full speed?
No.
she'd come to a stop. Acacia also doesn't have a
Well,
saddle.
especially given that like
Yeah.
each round is like 6 seconds, I'd say she's up there for a little while longer. Unless she was like in the middle of like throwing
Okay.
something and
She has not fallen off. Okay.
Unless I
well,
buck.
yeah, like
Unless you buck.
yeah, if you make sudden movements or actively try to like work against her, I'd say she's up there for a while.
Speaking of Acacia, it is your turn.
Buck
So
me off the
basically-
cliff.
Basically, it's me, him, and the slithering tracker not stunned.
hmm
Is there a cliff behind him?
Within 15 feet. Yeah.
Can I size him up?
It's sizable.
Can I like shimmy Scarlett off?
I will say that he is large. He is
Oh,
a
he's size
large
category.
class,
Well, so
size
am I.
category large.
So am I.
Big guy. Yeah.
I am also large.
You are. You certainly are.
In that case, I would still like to shimmy Scarlett off because she is just being dead weight, being stunned.
Okay. You do a little wiggle, and Scarlett just plops to the ground with a slithering tracker on her.
Yeah, basically. And I would still like to. How far is he? 10?
He was in melee with you.
Well, no, but then Proximus did the lightning lure.
Oh, that's true. So Proximus, you pulled him to you, so he'd be about 10 feet away then.
That I would
he
just
was 10,
like.
He was
Yeah.
10 feet, 15. Yeah, 15 feet from you.
Okay, then what I would like to do is I would just like to engage regardless, even without sneak attack. So let's go for it, y'all.
Okay.
That is an 18.
Okay. 18 will hit.
And then bonus attack as well, which will not hit, I don't think. A 14.
His AC is 15.
No, it's a 14. Yeah, so with the Dragon Tooth Dagger, it is only 7 damage.
Okay.
But I would like to try and keep him away from everybody. Insert my body when he tries to move. He let him move. Try to keep him out of everyone's range. Be obnoxious.
Okay. Noted.
Acacia's like, look at me, look at me.
It is his turn again. So Acacia, because you have engaged as properly as you have, he is once again going to take 3 attacks towards you. He is going to take a bite and 2 short sword attacks. So this now mandibled mouth is going to try to also chomp at you while he takes 2 stabs. So first attack is going to be a 16. Nice. Second attack is a 22.
Hit.
Third attack is an 18.
Last 2 hit.
Okay, so those were the short swords. So that is going to be...
I will be using an uncanny dodge on one of them.
Noted.
I'll do it on the first one because I can't do it before damage. So after damage, I mean. So 50-50.
So the first attack is 12.
So 6.
So you only take 6 from that.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack is 11.
Okay, so I'm taking
17. And then with the added bonus of... Oh, that was a crap roll. What is that? 2, 4, 10. So 27 damage in total.
Okay, cool. Love it. Looking great.
He's not. And now it is Proximus's turn. Proximus, you are no longer stunned.
Oof. All right.
Yeah.
You are flanking this individual on either side. They're looking pretty rough. What would you
And
like to do?
Acacia's in
I'm in
close
within
proximity.
melee, and I don't look good.
Okay. He's gonna take 2 hits with the shadow blade. He's gonna go in. (26) and a 19.
Both hit.
Both hit. And you're gonna hear him say, yeah, I'm gonna do so 14, 15, 16 on the first hit. And he's gonna say godlike sin on the second one and do divine smite.
You might not need that smite.
He's gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
That black shadow blade is going to turn burning white with like a magma blade, and it's just gonna start melting as he hits him. That's 8, 9, 16, 17, 18. And then 14.
Yeah. How do you end this thing?
And he's going to grab him. He's going to slice him across the chest, and then as he's going to turn him around and stick the burning blade through his chest, coming out of his back. Just bring it out and throw him to the ground.
Okay. The Sahuagin assassin is dead. There is still a slithering tracker on Scarlett. Do you have anything else for your turn?
I can't cast anything bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna move towards it. So I'll use my movement to get to wherever Scarlett is.
Okay.
Currently
How
just
far is-
flopped on the ground.
The sack of potato Scarlett. so how far is she from me?
15, 20 feet tops. You'd be able to make it with your movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, she was where Acacia was.
And I will nah, never mind. I'm done.
Okay.
Just
Wynni,
kidding.
it's your turn.
Is Wynni unstunned?
Wynni is
good.
unstunned.
Okay, then I have a plan for that. Wynni is
Wynni is still stunning, but that's a difference.
and it's an important distinction. She is going to toss up a little clamshell that's gonna come unhooked, like kind of in the middle of the. She's like within 30 feet of everything still, right? Like that was where she.
Yeah, you're within 30. You were closer to than 30 feet,
cool.
Scarlett.
Dope.
You're within 30 of Proximus.
I would like to. This is going to be super good, y'all, because this is one of my stronger abilities. Cast Mass Healing Word. So that's going to be 1d4. So 8. Every friendly person, gets 8 health back. You're welcome.
So Scarlett, you get 4.
Oh, I tried. And then seeing that the poison worked so well last time, she's not going to use that. She is going to throw acid at the. Oh wait! No! It's on Acacia still, isn't it?
It's on Scarlett.
You know what? We're not. No, it's a single creature. You know what? I bet Wynni's got excellent aim. We're doing this. It's just gonna be be like a little tiny like acid pocket. And it's Melf's. Oh, I'm so glad I said that right. Acid arrow at 3rd level because I'm tired of these things. Wynni wanted to get like a little bit of food ages ago and she didn't, and she's full of regret and she's hungry and scared and sad. So yes, she'd like to do that, please. Ranged spell attack is 21.
That would hit.
I don't have that many dice on me. So 11.
11 points of damage. Okay. So this thing takes 6. Scarlett, you take 5.
Why does she? Oh fuck! Yeah, that's right. Wynni doesn't know.
Damage transfer.
Wynni doesn't know.
Wynni wouldn't know.
Yep. That's
All right.
That's Wynni's turn.
So it is now the Slithering Tracker's turn. So it is going to make a slam attack, and it is also going to do its life leech as a passive sort of thing. So let me gather some dice here. Don't worry, they're only d10s. Okay, yeah, that's a 17 plus 5. That's going to hit. Scarlett, you were going to take, what is that? 8, 13, 20 points of damage. 5 of them are going to be bludgeoning. The remaining are going to be necrotic. And that is all this thing has for its turn. It has a single purpose, a singular mind. With that, Proximus, it is your turn. You are right up on this thing. What would you like to do?
How rough is
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely skipped Scarlett. Proximus. Hang on.
Right. Just
I
joking.
completely skipped. Why would I jump to you? I don't know.
I don't know.
Scarlett, it is your turn. So this is a grapple to escape DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Yes, please. Disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Grappled.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess for the love of all things good.
It's because you're restrained, yeah.
Well, with an 8, that's not going to do it.
It is not.
Oh.
Okay. So now, Acacia, it is your turn.
This creature, Swahajin, definitely shares some abilities with me, maybe a guild. Am I able to know? Do I know what this thing is? This thing attacking Scarlett. Are they used in any other guilds? Maybe not mine, but
I would say, yeah, definitely. Slithering trackers are an excellent tool of assassins and shitty people who like other people dead. Yeah.
That's why I stick with things.
Yeah, they are oozes. They have a kind of singular mind, a singular target that they just think of like the Terminator 2, the T-10,000, whatever it was. Yep. It's that singular mind just trying to find this thing is just going to go after Scarlett.
Okay, how does Scarlett look?
Not the best.
Knowing what this thing is, I would like to attempt to pry it off. Just try and help pry it off.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to
do. I don't know. A strength saving throw.
Okay, I don't know if you want me to do it or like maybe give her the help action to get out. No, she doesn't look good. I'll try and pull it off.
Yeah, that would be a whole nother turn.
Yeah, she looks really bad.
Yeah.
Strength saving throw, you said?
It can be a check since you're the one enacting it.
Yeah. 14.
14 is successful.
Throw it. towards the... No.
You have chosen to attach this thing to you.
Oh, great. Love it.
So as you dig your hands into this ooze and pull it off, it is now arching it at you.
Fuck you. Not you, the ooze.
I know. We're all good. So Proximus, it is now your turn.
Take it.
Yes.
Is what I'm doing. Like,
so are you holding it up? Are you holding it up like that?
It has like a leech to me yet, right? I'm just holding it.
You were grappled by it. You have essentially chosen to remove this thing and be grappled by it. So you can still move and everything, but it's like it's on you.
Motherfucking bitch.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slice at it.
Mm-hmm.
Twice, and I'm gonna use an advantage here, so you can take off another advantage because that's a thing. Ooh, 17, 24 on the first,
mm-hmm.
and then I'll just do a regular one on this one. 18 on the second one.
Both will hit.
Oh. All right, so the first 13 damage, and then the second 8. That was a great.
So 21 in total. So this thing is going to take 11, and Acacia is going to take 10.
And
so uncanny dodge just says an attack that you can see. It doesn't hit me with an attack, kinda. You can use your reaction. Is this applicable?
Okay, the damage that you are taking is not from something you can see.
Okay,
it is not something
fair.
that you could avoid.
That's fair. You said 10 damage?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take the 10 damage. It's fine.
Eesh.
Was it total 10?
Total 10.
Okay, cool.
So, does Proximus notice anything?
You would definitely see that as this thing is like attached to Acacia, there are like black veins seeping up her, and that she does seem damaged by this attack.
Gosh. He grabs it. He grabs it. He grabs it. Of course he would grab it, and his bonus action, he's gonna grab it.
It's like a hot potato.
But he would do that.
Slithering tracker.
Damn it.
Okay, strength check then.
Ooh, 18 plus 4?
That'll do
22.
it. Yeah. Slithering tracker is now grappling Proximus.
And here we are.
And with that, Wynni, it is your turn.
Y'all.
Wynni hasn't taken any damage.
Next? Does Wynni want it next?
Wynni has actually healed from Eva's bad math. But she's seen that these things are like focused on Scarlett, right?
Yeah, until people started literally just slapping
Okay.
at each other.
She's gonna take a calculated gamble because she's super good at those. And
All evidence points to that.
whatever. She is going to cast Healing Word on Scarlett because she feels super bad for earlier, and I'm so sorry, Scarlett. I didn't know it would hurt you. That's 4, 8, 10 points of damage. Healing.
Is healing word a single target?
I'm casting it at 2nd level.
Healing. Okay.
Not damage. Please don't hold that against me.
Anything else for your turn?
Oh, yes.
There's another seashell
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
for healing. I love that.
Because no one wants to drink my elixirs. Hey, so I feel like she would know this by now. I would like to reduce this thing. But it's a singular
Okay.
target, right? Like, I wouldn't be reducing it and Proximus, right? Because as hilarious as that would be, that is not my intention.
Rules as written, this thing transfers damage, not effects.
Okay. Cool. In which case, that is what she would like to do. She would like to, it's like a little packet of folded together kelp, and she's gonna don't breathe in, Proximus, and she's gonna sprinkle it on that bad boy, and then back up.
Okay. So you're essentially like drying
Yeah.
up this ooze, trying to. Okay. Is there a save or anything like
Constitution
that?
16. Oh wait, that's enlarged. Constitution 16.
It fails.
Okay, is halved in all dimensions, and it
So it becomes one size category
Yes.
less. Okay.
Its weapons deal 1d4 less damage, but I don't know if that would translate to what it actually is doing.
It would. We'll count it. That's the way the spell works. It can't suck as much life out of you. And we'll say it will take 1d4 more damage when it does the damage transfer. Okay, so Proximus, this medium-sized ooze, which was kind of like wrapping its way around you, like stuck to your hands, becomes like just like halfling-sized. Well, small. It's not tiny. as it just kind of like dries up. Wynni, anything else for your turn?
No, I'd have moved close to like sprinkle it, and then I'd have moved back. So, just for flavor. But
Okay. All right. Well, Proximus, this thing is going to go ahead and attack you. I am going to go ahead and use actually one of my crits because you are another one of this thing's targets. Go figure. So this thing is going to do 13 points of damage for its slam, and it is going to grapple you to where you cannot breathe. So you're going to take, what is that? That's 13 plus 43 points of damage, 30 of those being necrotic.
Proximus just dropped.
Okay.
He's unconscious.
Okay. Scarlett, it is your turn.
So it counts as one creature, right?
It does.
I want to use banishment.
Okay.
I attempt to summon one creature that you can see within range to another plane existence. Charisma saving throw or be banished.
Charisma saving throw.
Has speed of 16.
Garbage charisma, and it rolled a 7.
All right, then it is then for banished.
Okay. So it is banished for 1 minute, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, as a fan of the banishment spell, unless it is from another plane. Unfortunately, this one is not.
Yeah.
So you have 1 minute to regroup. Proximus is down, unstable at this moment.
Stabilize Proximus, please, and thank you.
Are we still in combat, or what are we doing?
Technically, so you have a minute to do whatever you would like. So 10 rounds of combat, essentially. So I will give you guys, 10 actions each? Anything to prepare. This thing is going to reappear in that exact spot.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty rough to begin with, so you will all have essentially a surprise round. You will all get an attack as this thing reappears, but 10 actions for each of you in the meantime.
Definitely stabilize Proximus. Whether
I'm actually going to use Strength of the Grave.
Oh.
And so I will be back at 1 hit point. I forgot about that. And so you see a shadow cast over Proximus, and as it wakes him up, but you see him, he's all white at this point. Like his whole body is pale. There's no blue in him any longer. It's just white with black accents. And he wakes up and with 1 hit point.
It's at that moment that the sun fully sets. All right, what would the rest of you like to do in your minute?
Wynni would like to, if possible, be like starting to like crouch down over him to like stabilize him before like realizing that it's no longer needed, and just Proximus, I don't really want to say anything, but you don't look
Yes,
so
Wynni?
good. You don't look so good, friend.
Honestly, Wynni, I do not feel
Oh,
so good
okay.
either.
I would.
Okay, Scarlett, is that thing coming back? Yes or no?
Yes, soon we need to move.
Do we want to just get rid of it now?
Yeah, but Proximus needs to move like now.
Yeah, you need to like move, Proxy, Miss. Not Proxy. She would not call you Proxy.
Proxy, miss.
That's
nicknames
canon.
now.
That's canon. Yeah,
would know.
yep. The name
I
came
would
out.
like to healing word.
That's Proximus's wife's name. Proxy, miss.
I would like to healing word Proximus, please. I chipped my dice. I died. That's not good.
What is your healing word? What is the one word you say?
Single word?
It's a healing word.
Suck less, but with no
Shenanigans.
space in the middle.
Get good.
And it's 8.
Good game.
And I need a new
Okay.
D4.
So Proximus, you're back up to 9. Any other preparations before this thing appears?
I'm gonna do a lay on hands also. How much was that, Wynni? Sorry.
8.
8.
8. Thank you. And I'm going to use my full lay on. Is anybody looking rough other than me?
I would
Everybody?
accept
I
Wynni.
am
Wynni's at full
okay-ish.
health at 14.
Yeah.
14.
No.
You're at 14?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 15, and I'm gonna give myself 15.
We were getting wrecked.
Yes.
When he's just
Oh,
like,
man.
I'm fine. It's
Yeah,
good.
right?
What's happening?
Okay.
Thank you. Let's
Yeah.
take
I
care.
feel like this is my fault. Oh.
Did you make
So-
someone mad?
I may have done something stupid,
You
but
and me
necessary.
both?
Yeah. Your sudden change of appearance makes me think that too. Both of you.
So,
We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
But-
Maybe
yeah.
when we're not being hunted.
Minute is running out. Acacia, it will be technically your turn when this thing reappears. We'll go through a whole cycle of turns, but I'm kind of wondering if it's going to survive that long. So, Acacia,
Yeah.
what would you like to do? Yes, Wynni.
Wynni.
Aye,
Wynni can't help herself. She's just very curious. I don't think she's maybe run into these things before. Oh shit. No, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I am gonna do it. I myself am going to disguise myself to look like Scarlett. I'm just
Okay.
curious to see if it will come after me. If it will be confused.
Okay.
Just for science purposes.
for science. You know what? That's fair. I will have this thing. Go ahead and roll deception with advantage.
That's 16 or 15.
Okay. So Acacia, if you want to go ahead and roll your attacks, we'll see how long this thing lasts on the material plane.
20 to hit on the first one.
Yep.
21 for the bonus.
Yep.
I have a hold on. D4 and a D6, I think. So I do. Yep. Okay. D4, D6. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 17 total.
Okay.
Sorry,
so
18.
perfect. So as this thing blinks back into existence, Wynni, you can see that it looks at you for just a moment, but then lunges at Scarlett. And as it does, Acacia, how do you finish this thing?
It's like when you kill a snake, right through the top, pin it to the ground. And then I will step on it.
And it just splats everywhere. And just kind of dissipates, just draining back into the sand. And we are out of combat now. Well done, everyone.
Oof. Okay, so I sort of think that maybe someone should do some talking.
I do love that through all of this, by the way, Wynni is wearing a sea otter mask.
Yeah. Which she'll probably lift up to talk because it's been more than 10 minutes at this point.
How about we talk back at the monastery because I need a bath.
I would like some figs.
A bath.
I agree to the bath part.
Sponge bath. I don't care. I'm covered in blood and ooze and I want it off.
Are you going to leave the Sahuagin there?
I am going to check the body.
Go Go ahead and roll for investigation.
Mm-hmm. So that's an 18.
Okay. On this individual, you'll find the weapons that it used. You can see the belt where it had its slithering tracker vials. There are none left. It had 2 slots for it. You see the short swords that it had. So it had a couple of daggers on it as well. It says you're delving into one of these side pouches that you find a piece of it's material that can be written on. So I guess parchment technically, but it is made to also be waterproof. And written on it in, well, it would be common. Has your name, has Scarlett's name, lists your attributes with not a very simplistic drawing, but a basic kind of outline of what you look like, almost like a wanted poster sort of thing. And as you flip it over, it has terms, immediate elimination. The bounty for both of you was 5,000 gold pieces for Proximus, 7,000 for Scarlett. And it is signed Eula Saltsmile. You can also see that this is not addressed. This isn't just to this individual.
This is just
You pissed off a pirate queen.
an open, open bounty. We have a warrant for our arrest. It's fine. For our death, basically.
You have a death warrant.
Yeah.
You've been marked by a pirate queen. What ports are safe?
I put that in my pocket for later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a rest.
Quietly
Let's go.
turn around and head back.
Okay.
Proximus is gonna grab the body and he's gonna throw it over the cliff.
All right. And it sails down to the sharp rocks below. You don't look to see if it goes out into the waves, but you assume it does. Let the sharks have it. All right. Acacia. When you get back, your dad's there. And he comes and gives you a hug, wraps his arm around you.
You're gonna get crap on you.
Hey, it's okay. I'm easy to clean off. That's the nice thing about, stainless steel.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, listen. Can we talk? Can we go somewhere and chat? You and me, father-daughter talk. We'll go for a walk, or you actually let's go down to the ocean and get you
Yeah, I was
splashed
gonna
off.
say, at least let me wipe all this crap off before.
Yeah, I don't think they have plumbing here, so let's head down to the ocean.
Sure.
Your dad's gonna walk with you, just like metal feet clanking on the stone steps. Do you have horseshoes?
I was gonna say yes.
Yeah, I would say you probably do.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like fantasy rubber or something, so they don't make sound.
I love it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down to the ocean. It's the moon is out now. And the water is dark, but it's just like dancing off of the waves. And he's just kind of helping you splash back, towards the back area where you can't necessarily reach with the haunches. Help me out, Eva. Horse parts. You remember, when you were a kid, I used to give you baths like this.
Just kind of give him a look.
I know. Hey, I know.
Yeah.
I remember when you were little.
Yeah. You always remember when I'm little.
Yeah, I remember a lot of stuff.
It's because you're old.
That's right, old as dirt.
Older.
You've always had a lot of promise to you, kid.
Yeah, I guess.
You've always made me really, really proud.
Is there a
And you've
point?
always known in your heart when you were needed somewhere.
Dad, is there a point to this talk tonight? I know you just mean well, helping me clean off. But we did
Acacia,
just do...
those idiots need you. Are you kidding me? I saw what you did in that monastery. I saw what you did on that cliff.
Do you think I'm gonna leave?
Well, I thought you were going to come home with me, but I don't think that's what you should do, kid. This is your chance. It's your chance at adventure. It's your chance at something greater than yourself. It's a chance at solving an unanswerable question, Acacia. I
Thought about
believe,
this.
I believe deep in, well, my very mechanical heart, that there's a purpose for you. And those yahoos are not going to make it very much longer without you. Plain and simple.
Thankfully, honestly, if I think I could do it on my own, I would have just taken the astrolabe, honestly. Left. But I don't have a ship. And honestly, for a thief, I still think I'd feel a little bad taking the whole thing.
Yeah, candy from a baby and all that.
They haven't asked for it back recently, so...
It's because they trust you.
Trust is a fool's errand, and I'll let them be fools.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you a fool to ask for help. Listen, I'm not saying to trust them. We know better than that. We're thieves.
And they're pirates, so it makes sense.
All I'm saying is that astrolabe, a piece of it was always yours. This is your chance to be a part of it.
I plan. You know my plan. I asked you a million times, kid, to tell me the stories about the shards as a kid, so.
Yeah, when you say that, he's going to glance up at the stars in the night sky.
So, bet my ass I'm going to find one.
Yeah, you are. Just like right
Assassins
now,
ain't
you're going
getting
to make
my
me
way.
proud.
Assassins, not for me, are not getting in my way. Because you're right, I do need them.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, I'm going to get back to our guild at least and make sure that nobody picks up the contract on y'all.
Thank you.
At least I can do.
You know, the last thing we need, being countering them every single time. Make land.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey. I'm lucky to be your dad.
You're just being embarrassing now.
There's nobody around here. Who am I embarrassing? I'm not embarrassing you.
Me! You're being
No.
embarrassing me.
What, you're embarrassed because the stars are looking at you? Yeah, hey, I'm proud to be her dad.
I'm gonna booty bump him into the water and start trotting back.
It's fine. I don't need to breathe. It's fine. Toss your dad in the water. Sharks can't eat me. I'm made of metal. It's fine. I'm gonna rust. I swear to God.
Hurry up, Slowpoke.
I'm running after you. The evening winds down. Is there anything anybody else want to do tonight?
Scarlett wants to take a bath and get clean. find
You're
food
so-
wherever she can and hole up somewhere and study the book more that she stole.
You do so. You get a full understanding of how the astrolabe works. You know that you can call to a specific shard by matching up symbols that you need to match up and matching those symbols to spots in the sky. Preferably the night sky, so you don't blind yourself. And once you do, you summon that shard to you. And all the power that it contains. Proximus, what are you doing for the evening?
So I'm gonna find a place to sleep, which is not hard for Proximus because he sleeps pretty much anywhere.
This actually might be the kind of place where Proximus would like to sleep. It's a monastery. It's very simplistic. There's just like, it's just stone with like some padding on it.
Yeah. He pulls up like a nice small room. He looks for anything like that would be nice and tight. And then he would
Finds a closet.
Yeah, finds a closet. Yeah. Always in the closet. So I get there and just again look at the warrant that or the death warrant that we saw. Read over that again and then get some sleep. Read over his little book about the Nalos and try to fall asleep.
The history of your people, the kings and queens who ruled. And then the arrival of the Great Mother. Great Queen Mother. Wynni, your evening.
Wynni is going to get some food. She would like to get some like salami type stuff, and she would like to have a little chat with Damona.
Okay.
Don't laugh, this is practical. Speaking of practically speaking, she would like to use another charge on her sea otter mask.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And okay. So thank you for earlier. And she's gonna push like a little bit of the like salami, or I don't know if she wants some like crushed figs or something. Like probably not, but she's welcome to whatever she wants. We're just gonna share a little antipasto.
I appreciate it, Wynni. Thank you for the salami.
Yeah. So about earlier, super helpful. Have you sensed anything like that recently aside from now?
No. I mean, things are always a bit odd on the ship.
It's a weird ship. That's fair.
It is. But no, nothing untoward. You've been very kind to me and my children, and I want to look out for you, Wynni, and I call it feline intuition or what. I just sense that you might need some help, so just came to see you.
I appreciate it.
Turns out I
you
was
are
helpful.
very helpful. I worry that this might not be a singular incident.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Do you think you and the Flittons are safe on the ship? If more things come after us?
I don't know. Flittons aren't just quite ready to leave the, well, crow's nest. I don't really have any other options right now. But I promise to keep you safe if you keep us safe, and you've certainly kept your end of
we'll
that
keep
bargain.
you safe, I promise. I just worry. I was gonna say we could maybe ask if you could stay here for a little while, and then once whatever hypothetically is coming after us is gone, we could come back.
Wynni, do you know what tressyms can do?
Apparently see invisible Sahuagin.
We can see all invisible things, and things can't be invisible around us. But also we can detect things that are harmful. Poisons. If you have people who are coming after you, Winona,
Did I ever tell you my full name?
I don't want to leave your side.
Okay.
You did. One of those nights when you were sitting near me, you were like, my mum's called me Winora, but you let us do, you did that, yeah, you gave your whole backstory. You've done that a couple of times now, because you didn't think cats
would
would
sort of work on my monologue sometimes.
It's very good. It's coming along very
Sometimes
nice.
when you meet new people, like it's easier just to like have everything in a nutshell and be like, this is who I am. Not that you can ever really do that, because no amount of words can really tell you or tell anyone like the sum of a person. But
Wynni?
Yeah. Yep.
It's all right with you. I'd like to stay by your side.
I would love that. I just wanted to give you an out if you wanted it.
I appreciate it. The Innocence has been my home. It is where I raised my flittons, and I hope to defend it.
We'll defend it together.
Given the opportunity to do so.
Okay. I think that's it for Wynni. Wynni would very much like a long rest. Just because she's tired, not because she's actually like injured.
Well, she still only has to translate.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. So remind me who sleeps. Proximus sleeps. Acacia sleeps. Wynni trances. Does Scarlett sleep? Okay. All right. So Scarlett, you spend a night poring over the books of the elders, learning really what aren't secrets, but secrets only because the language has been lost. They're very to the point. Instructional. There's thoughts on how the shards should be used to better the world, how they can be abused to darken the world. But in all senses, they provide power, an immense amount of power. Morning rolls around, sun rises. The monastery comes back to life. There were still, some monks who stay up all night reading or doing chores or whatever else. There are absolutely shifts, as in any religious structure like that. But Sophia comes to you all. Did you all find what you were looking for?
Yes, but we can't read it.
I apologize. I don't know how to help you with that.
You did, but you can. No fault on you.
I kind of came in expecting this.
I see. Well, you are welcome to stay on Dynisi as much as you'd like.
Unfortunately, I think we need to be a moving target. So I think we should be going.
I see.
We appreciate your hospitality and the access to your library.
Of course. You were friends to Elios. Helped him.
We tried.
Sometimes, Scarlett, that's all we can do.
I thank you all for everything you've done. I wish you all the best.
If you ever need anything, you can call upon the Innocence.
I hope we never need anything that requires that level of assistance.
Wynni is giving her
But it's good to have a
like
backup.
the hardest side eye.
Right.
It's at this point that you all hear that bell ringing. That bell that rang when you came to the island of Dynisi. The warning bell. You can see that fishing boats have made it out to sea, but everybody go ahead and roll me perception. I want to see if you can determine what necessarily is happening.
Can we still see the ship?
You can.
That is a nat 20.
Ooh.
For a total of 26.
That's
That's a
only-
natural 1.
It's only a 19.
Also 19. Mikyl, oh no.
Artemis is tired from
Yeah, he's
yesterday.
still not fully recovered here. Sheesh.
Everyone except Proximus. You look out to see the fishing boats. The Innocence is anchored a little ways off from their typical fishing area because you didn't want to scare them off too much. But you see that the fishing boats are frantically moving, and there are things jumping out of the water, leaping over the boats. They look like sharks, maybe, but bigger, and there's something different about them. And Scarlett, you with your nat 20 would see this even more than Wynni or Acacia did. You actually watch one of the sharks as it goes to jump out of the water, and as it is just like arcing over the fishing boat, it blinks out of existence and appears somewhere else.
Man. Fuck us. Cool.
The island is being attacked by blink sharks. That's where we're gonna end this week.
Before we do that, can I relate to everybody?
Yeah, you can relate that to everybody. Yeah.
Blink shark's common. I guess you have to have an underwater equivalent of.
Yeah, sure.
Oh God. Are they like a pest or what? Jeez.
More
Are you wondering if there's like a blink shark
God.
extermination service? Like
That's what we are.
Hey, it's Dan and Todd's Blink Shark Extermination Service. We ain't got no fancy names. We don't got no fancy game. You got blink sharks, we got a solution.
Insert the party. We are the extermination people.
We put the fin in finish.
Okay. You need
That's
to
where we
leave,
need to wrap it up.
Derek.
Yes.
Get out of here.
We need to take away Derek's audience.
Oh,
Please don't. I
no.
need them to survive.
No.
All right, everybody. So again, my name is Derek Sword. I have been the DM for these phenomenal people. I'm going to have them tell you a little bit more about themselves and where you can find them. So let's start, as always, with the incredible Mayor.
Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. Tomorrow night, we're continuing the finale of my Veil of Shadows game, where they're hopefully going to kill the guest player who's playing the BBEG. That's open for adventure at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sundays, I do, gaming on my channel on twitch.tv/Marefeather. What else do I do? Every other Tuesday on Graham Cracker's channel, I play in the Inarian's Rest campaign. This coming Friday on Lady Dame's channel, I am playing Dipper, the unicorn bad boy biker from space in the Tingleverse game as we raise money for the Trevor Project. Chuck Tingle, the one who writes all those lovely, lovely erotica books.
Hey there, buckaroos.
Basically, yes. It's great. Check out the promo. We got a centaur, we got a unicorn, we've got a pro wrestler, and a velociraptor.
It's just like this game.
Yeah, right? And then this coming Saturday on the 26th, I have a charity stream on my channel supporting Glisten, and that's going to be from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check us out. We've got a lot of great indie TTRPGs and a lot of groups set up. Yes, please join us. It's going to be great. And yeah, Horizons Call, and we just finished our Invisible Sun campaign today, but we're going to have a Q&A. So just check out Twitter if you want to send us questions for the cast that are not about sandwiches.
Not about sandwiches.
Not about sandwiches. The question, I already know the question is going to be asked, so don't bother. Anyway, next.
Thank you, Mayor. Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael. You can find me at Michael Sandoval on Instagram and Twitter. I do some art and some other things, and I'm right here on Saturdays and then right here on Sundays for Wiesen with a wonderful Eva. And so yeah, come check it out. I don't do very many things on here, but when I do, I love to be here. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Michael. And as always, a special thank you to Michael for the incredible character art. Again, if you like this art, which you should, it is objectively good. Please hit up Michael on Twitter, and maybe do commissions soon. Thank you. Next up, the favorite, Kaila.
The favorite. Hi, my name's Kaila. I play a lot of faces in a lot of places. I also do paint streams on my own channel. You can find me right now. Our D&D 5e campaign is on a little bit of a break because one of our cast members is having a baby. So we were going to continue the party without her. But we are doing tons of fun things. If you do want to go check out the Crafting Studios channel, we will have game nights, we will have Q&As, we will have reacting to our first session. The cast will we will rewatch our first session and give you live commentary. But you can also find me on my own channel on Thursdays and Saturday mornings where I do paint streams. Coming soon, maybe some games. You can also find me tonight. If you are interested in Tinglers, I will be on the Lady Dames channel for Smutty Saturday tonight, where we will be reading some of the Tinglers. Other than that, that's it. I'm just busy being the favorite.
Takes up all your time. Thank you, Kaila. Eva, if you don't mind, I will go first. Thank you, dear. Hi, everybody. I am Derek Sword. I have been your DM for Horizons Call and look forward to being so for the next 3 episodes. And then season 2 confirmed. So yeah, season 2. Maybe more. Yeah, probably more. I love this world. I love this crew. I love this party. I love these people. So yes, if you want to find me and more of the stuff that I do, the best place is Twitter at dsword16. Some of my projects include every other Tuesday, including this coming Tuesday, I'm on Graham Cracker's channel for Shards of Anarian, where I play a Null Ranger named Verban. Every Friday, I'm also on Graham Cracker's channel for Goldshine Investigation Agency, where I play a swampy bugbear named Griaz. And if you can't tell that I love monsters, best way to tell is that I am the host of the podcast Monster Crush. So if you enjoy smooching monsters or just learning about monsters or just hearing 2 idiots talk about monsters, check that out wherever podcasts are found. My co-host Heavily and I talk about different cryptids, creatures, abominations, and aliens, and whether they be like good as romanceable partners. I don't know. You want to smooch a Mothman? Everybody does. Don't lie to yourself. Also, this coming week, a bit of last minute sort of thing. We're going to be playing the TTRPG Nova here on Eva Sariate's channel. That is Thursday at, 7:30 p.m. Eastern? I want to say, is that right, Eva?
Yes. Oh, remember how I said I changed the time? Yeah, definitely did not change the time. 7:30 Eastern time. I'm going to fix that command now.
7:30 p.m. Eastern.
So not 8
Correct.
p.m. Pacific?
Not 8 p.m. Pacific. Nova is a system using, it's a game using the Lumen system. It is a world of giant mech suits in a world where the sun has exploded. It is amazing. It will also be starring Rakalai and Kappa, as well as Eva and myself. Definitely looking forward to that this Thursday. And then this Saturday, because Horizons Call is taking a break while Mare does their fantastic gaming session. And Kaila, are you in Allie's? Does Allie have something this Saturday?
Extend the stream happening over
Okay.
on Allie Mac's channel, but I will be here.
Right. That's right. You are going to be here. Fuck. Oh, that's right, because it's Proxy Mom's birthday. That's right. I knew it was two people. Okay. So, while Mare is running their fantastic game, which I highly recommend that you check out, we are going to be doing a Horizons Call prequel game. We are using the module Secrets of the Skyhorn Lighthouse, which has been retitled to Wynni and Friends. It is a prequel of how Wynni first met Scarlett and also some other players, so other characters. So that will also be starring Seth, Tiny Trees, and Jambo. So definitely check that out. Same Horizons Call time, same Horizons Call place. I think that is it for me. So Eva, you are last in order, but first in our hearts. Without you, we would not be here. Tell us more about your lovely self.
I'm not a math gay.
No one ever said you
Why
were.
are we calling me out like this?
No one would ever accuse
I
you of
counted on
that.
my fingers and everything.
7:30 is 4:30.
I got it. Nailed it. Crushed it. Ha.
Believe in you.
Hi, I'm Eva. This is my channel. Let's see. Tomorrow, as Mikyl said, we will be back with session 3 of Vazen, Song the Falling Star arc. As Derek said, at 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, we will be playing the new Nova game, which is live on Kickstarter as we speak. And that will be GM'd by the game's designer, Spencer Campbell. This coming Saturday, so not today, obviously. Next Saturday begins the first part of our City of Shadows finale. We've got 2 more sessions of that. And then we will be back again, as mentioned, for the Horizons Call prequel. And who knows what shenanigans we'll get up to there. Saxon! Puppy. We're just going to go ahead and redeem a Pet the Pet, because we can.
Yeah, he's right here. He's
he
being
can be
thoroughly
petted
pet.
more.
He is shedding everywhere.
Good
I
dog.
want to stop, but I also don't.
We do also, in July, tentatively, I believe we are starting July 18th for Monster Hearts Summer Camp.
You got a release
Yes,
date, finally?
tentatively,
Yay!
making sure that everything is okay for that, but I feel confident in saying that here. And in honor of that, we're just gonna slur all our words. We're gonna raid tonight over to Gehenna Gaming, who's doing Saturday night one-shots with one of... Thank you, Sky McSparkle, for the raid. We are just wrapping up here. Welcome.
Piggyback
I
raid.
know, piggyback raid. One of our players for Monster Hearts Summer Camp is playing over at Gehenna Gaming, Northern Aldi. So, yeah, check them out. We will see you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Look at me with time zones. Yeah, and it's been a pleasure having you. Also, they are raising money over there for Juneteenth, so bear that in mind when you go over. Thank you. Any last thing? Anything I forgot? Because that whole bot thing really threw me.
One last thing for me. It was brought to my attention that earlier in this game, I made kind of an ableist comment about Curio not having an arm and that being the reason that they weren't in combat. Not what I intended, but I respect that that could be construed that way. So I do want to apologize. I'll try to do better in the future. So all that said, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate you sticking around for Horizons Call. This has been a fantastic game. I love these people. I love this game. And fair winds and following seas, brave mariners. We'll see you in 2 weeks.